Hello coders, in today's video we are going to talk about Python's match case. As of Python 3.10 we have this new feature known as match case. It was proposed on PEP 622 and PEP 634 by the name of structural pattern matching. Match case looks very similar to the switch case statement in other languages, but we are going to see that it is quite a bit more powerful. So let's see some code examples so you better understand how powerful match case can be. For starters, let's see a comparison with the if statement. Okay, so let's see this. Let's implement this function where we take a code as an argument and we check to which country this code belongs to. So if the code is 55, we print Brazil. If the code is 91, we print Japan. And if the code doesn't fall in these two ifs, we are going to simply print other country. Okay, so very simple function using if statements. Let's see. Let's test our function country 91. We should see Japan here. Okay, so Python 3.10 and the match case Japan. All right, it works as expected. So now let's see how we can implement this same logic but using match case. So I'm going to use the same function signature, but now we are going to use match case here. So we use this keyword match and then the variable we are going to check. So case code is 55. We print Brazil. Case 91. We print Japan. And case underscore, we print other country, right? So we should have the same result by calling 91, right? Let's see with 1, we have other country. Okay, so it works. Notice how the else here is replaced by this wildcard underscore, which is the default case for when the previous cases don't match anything on the variable, right? So you can see that this behavior is pretty much the behavior of SwitchCase in other languages like Java or JavaScript. So you can see the code is not that much different. It works very similar to the if statement here. But let's see now some examples on how different and how more powerful match case can be when compared to just the for if statement or the switch case we see in other languages. So let's see this example when we are matching multiple patterns in a single case. Okay, so we are going to implement the country phone code again, but in this case, instead of taking the code, we are going to take the country as a string and print the code. So we are inverting here. So I'm gonna match the variable country and case Brazil. We have 55, case Japan. We have 91, and case USA or Canada, we have 1. And our default case is going to be other country. All right. So you can see that by using a pipe, the symbol here, we can match more than one pattern in a single case. So if we have either USA or Canada, we are going to print 1. So let's see this in action here. Canada, USA, right? So we should have 1 for both these cases, all right? 1 and 1. So with this, you can make multiple patterns matching in a single line. That's very useful, very handy. Another case, another example is to match a tuple. So let's see, a tuple I'm going to call point and initialize with 5, 2, and 3. Then we are going to match this tuple with many cases. So the first one is going to be 0 and 0. And in this case, we are going to print to the origin. Okay. Case 0, 0, 0. We are going to print 3D origin. Case X or Y, we are going to print the variables values. So it's going to be X equals X and Y equals Y. So you can see this one is different because here we are checking 0 and 0 specifically, and here we are checking 0, 0, and 0. Here we are just checking if we have a tuple with 2 items. The value themselves, it doesn't matter. A fourth case is going to be X, Y, and Z. Print X equals X, Y equals, oops, Y, and Z equals Z. So this is very similar to the previous case where we match a tuple with 3 items. The value of the items themselves, it doesn't matter. It will match if it has 3 items. And the default case, we are going to raise a value error, not a valid coordinate. Okay. So we are going to test this match case with this tuple here. We should see this case being tested. All right, we got it. X5, Y2, and Z3, which is what we have here. So this is a good example of how flexible a match case can be. We in a sense that we can have very flexible and different logics for each case. Like here we have literal numbers like 0 and 0, and here we are just matching the amount of items the tuple has. So another example of this flexibility, let's see another function here. I'm gonna call parse CSV, which stands for comma separated values. So line string, and then I'm gonna match line string dot split by comma. This will expect a list like this, like extend and blue, for instance. So it's expecting a string with values separated by this comma here, right? So the case we are going to check is if the return of split has two items. I'm gonna call these items name and color. And if it does have only two items, we are going to assign BMW to this variable brand, okay? And if we have three items, I'm gonna call them brand, name, and color. We are just gonna pass, and after the match case ends, we are going to return the string brand, name, and color. All right, so let's test. I'm going to print parse CSV. I'm going to use this same string here, right? So since we have only two items here after the split by comma, we're gonna follow on this case. Let's see what happens. All right, we have BMW because that's the name, the value we assigned to this variable here. X10 was assigned to name, and blue was assigned to color. And then when we return this f string here, you can see the variables were assigned on this sequence. Okay, so this was an example using tuples and lists. Okay, so this was a list example here. Okay, let's now finally, as a last example, see a dictionary. So for dictionaries, we match keys and value patterns. Okay, so let's see a check message function that will take a message. Okay, and then we are going to match. I'm just gonna say a message here, right? Then case success message here, print success message MSG. All right. Case failure MSG print F something wrong message. Okay. Case wildcard print unknown. Right, so we are going to use two different dictionaries here to test this match case. Okay, message failure, and then error. Okay, so what this is going to do, this match is going to match the key success here, and it will take the value on this message here, and then we can manipulate or use this message part any way we want inside this block. In this case, we are just printing the value itself. So check message success, and message failure. So let's see here. Oh, I forgot here. All right. Okay. Something wrong, failure. Okay. I just, small mistake here. Right, now it's good. Okay, perfect. All right, so you can see here that we print success okay for this first one and error for this second one, matching keys and values as variables here to use them inside this block. So you can see how we can match dictionaries by key and value using match case. There is also this extra feature called guard. Okay, it allows you to add an if clause to any pattern. So in this case, we can do this if MSG is not none, right? What this means is the key has to be success and the message can't be equals to none to have a match on this line, right? So let me replicate this one here, none, okay? I'm just gonna call it success 2, right? So this one should be okay. This one should be unknown. It's gonna fall on this one. And this one should be failure. Should be this one here, right? Let's see. Okay, it works. So you can see that even though we have a success key here for this case, it doesn't work because the value is none, and we have this guard here saying that it doesn't accept message as none for this case. So it's an extra check for this case here, right? So that's it. I hope this video was useful to you. Remember to give a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. That's it. Bye.